Hello, my name is Tyler Torgerson, and this will be my audience for my persuasion speech. So in front of me, you can see that I just have a regular Sprite, and many of you, when you see this, will think that it's refreshing and that you want one. So when I pour it open and go ahead and start pouring some out, you can notice that this is just a clear substance, and it tastes good to me, has a nice kick. But when you guys think of this, I don't want you to think that it looks good and refreshing. I actually want to change your opinion of that. I want you to think of what's actually in this and how it's gotten to us. So here's some actual ingredients that are contained in this just one can of Sprite. There's actually large amounts of caffeine that are contained, phosphoric acid, citric acid, which is a neurotoxin, several artificial flavors, water that's contaminated with large amounts of fluoride and other contaminants, and most importantly, there is high fructose corn syrup in this, and that's what they use to replace instead of sugar. And so after long hours and thorough research, I would like to persuade people to change their mind on sodas because the information I found is very eye-opening. I do not think that it's bad to drink soda from time to time. I just am becoming disturbingly shocked with the amount that's being consumed on a daily basis. And I believe too many people are consuming these sodas in large amounts, and people really need to know what the long-term effects of these sodas are and what the beverage companies are doing to our young children. So today I will be covering the connection to soda in our youth, the multitude of effects that occur from drinking soda, and some alternatives to these problems that I will point out. So the first thing I want to cover is the connection to sodas and children. And major companies like Coca-Cola, Sprite, Dr. Pepper are actually targeting our youth. And in an article titled Soft Drinks, America's Other Drinking Problem, written by Judith Valentine, she also notices a similar trend in that the adult market is stagnant, so the kids are becoming the main target. And these companies are engaging in intense advertising techniques to persuade these children to drink these. And these companies are actually spending billions of dollars a year over this. And you might think that that is a large amount of money to be spending on advertisements, but last year alone, soda companies actually grossed over $57 billion in money in the U.S. alone. So obviously something is working for them. And the most alarming trend that I found in my research was the dark relationship between the schools and beverage companies nowadays. And in 1998, the Center of Science in the Public Interest warned the public of these soft drink companies infiltrating our schools and boys and girls clubs. And this is happening in large part because of school budgets, and schools are actually having a lot of problems paying these and keeping up with them. So they're resulting to getting large funds from these soft drinks companies in order to advertise and market their product solely. And another example of this is Coca-Cola actually paid the Boys and Girls Club of America over $60 million last year to brand and market theirs specifically. So the main point I want to touch up on in this is obesity, and this is a huge epidemic that's growing for children in the U.S. especially, and a lot of this is due to the large amounts of cans sizes increasing, and they've actually moved from 0.5 ounces to 12 ounces and now to 20-ounce bottles. And just in a regular 12-ounce bottle or can, there's actually 10 teaspoons of sugar that are contained in these. That's from the high fructose corn syrup. So basically every time you drink one of these, you're consuming 10 teaspoons of sugar, which is very bad. And the large amount increase has led to an increase in calories per serving. And unfortunately, nowadays, it's shown that boys and girls are actually drinking 2 times the amount of soda comparative to milk. And that's really affecting children because they're taking in all that fat from the sodas, from the syrup, fructose corn syrup, and they're not getting any nutritional value, and it's really affecting them and causing them to gain weight. Another link that was shown from large amounts of consumption of soda in kids was aggression. And an article titled "Soda Contributes to the Behavioral Problems of Young Children," it was showed that in high amounts of soda, it was linked to a range of aggression and mood-related behaviors, from fighting, feeling hopeless and sad, and even in some cases, suicidal thoughts. And a lot of this has come from the highly processed product that a soda is, and the large amounts of sugar and caffeine that are in these actually messes up children's brains. Because of this large amount of caffeine, it really rushes too much adrenaline and stuff into their brains, causing this aggression. And so now that you realize what soda companies are doing to our youth, now I'd like to tell you some of the hazardous effects of these sugary drinks. GI stress is one of the ones I would like to cover, and that is more commonly known as gastrointestinal distress. And this is just a cause of the large amounts of caffeine and the chemical acids they use as additives are actually, when you drink these, they go into your stomach, and the acid actually breaks down the linings of your stomach, and this is what causes the GI, and that's just basically chronic stomach pains that hurt really bad. Another thing that's been linked to soda consumption is bone fractures and osteoporosis, and this is mostly linked to it because kids are drinking more and more sodas nowadays and avoiding milk, and milk is very necessary to develop strong bones, and so that's one of the reasons that bone fractures is. Tooth rot is definitely a prevalent thing when involved with drinking large amounts of soda. And people just really don't understand the damage that they're doing, because every time they drink sodas just from this can, when you sip it, it hits the front of your teeth every time. And the phosphoric acid in these sodas actually breaks down your teeth and can cause calcium loss, and it affects the saliva in your mouth, and this causes a breakdown in your enamel and yellow teeth. Once again, I'd like to touch up on the main problem of obesity again, and sodas is a major factor in this growing epidemic. And the biggest single source of empty calories in America is sodas, says Salem Broyles of WebMD. And unfortunately, once again, people just really don't understand the amount of calories that they're taking in when they just drink 1 or 2 sodas a day, because that's basically taking in 500 to 600 calories without any nutritional value whatsoever. Salem Broyles also points out that pediatricians who treat overweight children are saying that their patients are coming in with 1,000 to 2,000 calories that they pick up from soft drinks alone daily, which is very, very bad. So now I've told you some of the problems and how this is caused. Here are some possible solutions. So first off, when involved with sodas, I would just recommend alternative drinks. And if you're drinking 5 to 6 cans a day of soda, you definitely need to stop that and lower it to 1 to 2 cans a day. But my first alternative would be milk. Start with milk. It's very nutritional and gives you nutrition you need and calcium. And if milk is too fattening, try skim or soy, which is less fattening but still holds the same nutritional value. Water is also another good source, and the Beverage Guidance Panel actually recommends 4 servings a day for women and 6 servings a day for men, especially when drinking soda. And water you can also just transform into a variety of things, like adding non-flavored packets of lemonade or anything like that, or just adding a lemon wedge. Tea is also a good one, and all of these are low-calorie options that actually have nutritional value. So now to the school issue. I believe it is disgusting what these schools are doing and allowing these companies to basically hold them hostage because of the large amount of money that they're being given. And once again, the reason that these schools are conceiving to these soda companies is because that they're having problems with their budgets, and they're taking the easy way out by getting money from that by advertising. So my solution is to ban sodas altogether in schools, because it's sending a bad message and it's just the wrong attitude to have, especially when you're trying to promote a healthier culture. And the other option would just to begin taxing sodas, and this would actually be a very good idea. If the U.S. actually started taxing soft drinks, the income generated could actually be then redistributed into declining school budgets. And then, so is this not a better idea than promoting and advertising these drinks at schools? So I believe it is. And so for my call to actions, as a concerned citizen, I will visit our local city hall, and I will push to ban sodas sales in schools, and I will especially push for elementary schools because they should not be given this option of drinking these unhealthy products. Second off, I will begin a boycott on the beverage companies and start an online public interest campaign. It won't stop soda consumption or the companies, but I hope that it will bring awareness and let people realize what they are drinking and what these problems can actually have. And finally, I would like to offer that you all read the article titled "Soft Drinks, America's Other Drinking Problem," which was written by Judith Valentine. And this offers great insight into soda companies specifically and some of the effects of sodas. And so in conclusion, today I've discussed the dark connection of soda and our youth, the multitude of effects that soda is causing to your mind and brain and your body. And I have also offered you some alternatives that can help you replace soda in your diet. But quite simply, the beverage companies are too powerful to eliminate from our market. But with a unified effort from everyone and gained awareness, soda effects can be made aware and lead to a healthier culture and nation.